Well, the first dilemma we had was trying to figure out who was going to start. We have 6 seniors. I was very, very pleased that 2 of our seniors actually volunteered not to start so that Justin Heller could start. So that was very, very nice. And we ended up deciding to start Justin and bring Donovan Kirk in off the bench immediately. Then we went to our normal rotation, bringing Manu, G.A., Ryan, Eric, and Tanya, and they got a chance to play a ton of minutes together. The whole second half, I thought they were terrific. We were able to build up a nice lead and then hold them off. And it's nice to end up winning our last three home games after struggling at home for much of the season. And to go into the tournament, we're going to face Virginia Tech, a team that's already beaten us twice. Hopefully we learned from the first 2 games and be able to play a lot better in Greensboro on Wednesday. What time is our game? 3:30?
Can you talk about Garius getting a career high in his last day?
You know, I think Gary has said it. He's had to overcome a lot of injuries in his career, and I'm sure he feels like, man, if I'd ever stayed healthy, I could have had a lot more games like I had today. But here's a guy who started every game this season, and after going through 2 years where you were hurt all the time, to have a senior year where you're able to play every single game and not just play, but you're playing over 30 minutes almost every single night. I try to rest him, but I also need him out there. So he played 33 minutes tonight and did a great job. He plays the point, he plays the 2, he plays the 3. So he should be very proud of himself. I'm sure he is, for being able to overcome all that adversity throughout his career and finish with a career high in points. But not just that, but lead the team to victory.
You said there were 2 seniors who volunteered. Obviously, Donovan was one. Can I ask who the other was?
Yeah, Raphael.
Okay. I remember you told us, before the season started, and obviously the season's not over by any means, but you said if you were telling, the trustees what what to think that season, to be patient. You knew there were going to be some struggles. Did this team maybe do better than you thought in the end now?
I'd have to say yes. I hate to say that, though. Because, as a coach, you go into every game thinking you're going to win. You think your plan is good enough to win. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. And it really doesn't even matter how you're playing at that time. You think, okay, tonight's the night. We're going to play well tonight. And yet at the same time, realistically, we don't have as much experience as a lot of teams have to start the season. We got older guys, but experience is not how old you are. Experience is having been out in the battles all the time and figuring out what I can do, what I can't do. And if you told me we were going to have as good a second round of games as Syracuse, I'd be pretty impressed with that. And now they got to win a game, I think, to tie us. You know what I'm saying? I think they're 4-4, aren't they? Going into tomorrow's game against Florida State. So in this league, if you don't play real well, you're going to catch a loss. With this team, we've played so many close games, and the coaches were constantly tinkering with either the offense or defense and the lineup. That's not what a coach wants to do. He wants to find a good lineup, a good rotation, a good defense, a good offense, and just run it. But with so many circumstances this year, we couldn't do that. But I'm very proud of, like today, we played one defense. And they worked, and the guys did a good job. But that's not saying we can play that same one defense come Wednesday, because the opponent is different. They play differently, different personnel. Well, hopefully we can do a great job Wednesday.
When you've lost 2 times to a team like Virginia Tech, how much motivation is there to finally get them on the 3rd time?
Well, for me, it's a lot of motivation, because James Johnson's one of my former assistants. And you don't like to lose to anybody.
So he learned it all from you. So
what?
He learned it all from you, and now he's leading you.
He was playing all man-to-man defense and running and gunning early, and Now they're playing like us, very conservatively, but they're a three-point shooting team. That's one of the things that has given us problems. Right? Their players are really suited for shooting against the zone. But we got to figure out a way to stop Gerald Eddy and Meglu and their team.
Can you talk about Tanya, especially his defensive performance tonight?
He was a man tonight, and he was so much of a factor. Even when he didn't block the shot, he contested very well. He rebounded well in both halves. He ended up with
9 rebounds.
9 rebounds, and he was 3 for 4 from the field. If we can get, before the season started, I said 8 points, 8 rebounds. That would be really what you're looking for a player of his caliber. And so 9 rebounds, 6 points, kind of what we're looking for. He had a very good game.
Jim, can you comment on the seniors, what they gave you as a group, particularly a guy like Donovan Kirk comes in, you needed a fifth-year guy to fill a gap. Your seniors gave you everything they could give you.
Yeah, I think our seniors, in their first 3 years here, including Donovan in that group, none of them averaged double-figure minutes. Not double-figure points, double-figure minutes. And Ryan ended up being a major contributor his junior year. But as a whole, we lacked a lot of playing experience. But this year, they were the ones that carried the load. We got nice contributions from 2 freshmen, Manu and Davon. Got nice contribution from Tanya and James Kelly. But really it was the senior class, especially someone like Eric Swope stepping up late in the year, in the month of February and March, and really giving us something we didn't have.
And how about the offensive rebounds? Especially on offense.
Yeah, part of that. At halftime, we were very concerned because if you saw, we took 13 threes in the first half, and that was not the idea. The idea was to attack and get inside of them a little bit more, but thank goodness in the second half we cut it down to just took 3 threes. We got to the basket, made 14 twos, 14 out of 18, no, 14 out of 19. That's great shooting, but we got great shots.
What transpired in that 14-0 run that seemed like everything clicked for you at that point?
I thought our defense was good. We got a bunch of stops. And then a couple of turnovers led to easy baskets, and it got our guys energized. And we shared the ball. Had a bunch of assists today. We had 15, which is a little high for us, because normally we're dribble penetrating and shooting shots like Manu would get or Garius would get. But today we found the open man pretty well. Got some baskets off the pass, which was nice.
How important is it to win the last game of the season going into the tournament?
I'll let you know on Wednesday. You don't know. It's nice to be playing and feeling good about yourself. I don't think there was any pressure on this team today like there was last year. Last year we were playing for the league title outright. Right? So there was something to lose. Today, we felt like, okay, we were really trying to get out of the Wednesday game. But once we didn't do that, it was just a matter of, hey, we want to play well going into the tournament. And by winning 2 of our last 3, I think 3 of our last 5, and the losses were very close, tough loss at Clemson, and then a loss to Virginia, who's beaten everybody.
Wednesday, 3:30, ESPN2, ESPNU, ACC Network.